Hey guys, long time no see. So here we are, week 23. We're going to be talking about rock structure identification. So we have two different rock kits. This one looks like the mineral kit, one of the mineral kits that we used. So it's very similar. So when you open it up, you have the rocks with numbers on them. Some of them, I wrote on this one with a Sharpie because the sticker fell off of it. But then it has the corresponding list with the numbers so you can see which rock you're looking at. So for instance, obsidian is number 1. It tells you the type. It is igneous, volcanic, and it tells you what it's composed of, which is quartz, alkali, and feldspar. And then the description is natural glass, vitreous luster, and a hardness of 6 to 7. So there are about 15 in here, I think. This one is a little bit different. There aren't as many in here, but they're each in bags. So there are several, or there's a handful in each bag for the kids to look at. If you wanted to, you could swap up and do each kit. You know, when you get done with this one, you might could switch up with the next class, go to the other station, because there are different ones. So this kit has some that are not in the boxed kit, and vice versa. So if you have time, you could swap up and examine the opposite station. So we have the printout that I gave you guys, and for the subs, there should be one of these at each station, but I'll have an extra just in case you need it. And just a few talking points on here that were interesting. It starts out saying, so now we've studied minerals and we're going to learn about rocks. So rocks are made up of different minerals, sometimes many different kinds of minerals in just one piece of rock. And then it goes on to talk about the rock cycle, and then the different types of rocks and how they're formed. So those are just some great vocabulary that you can delve into, and it's really pretty easy to understand. It tells you that the sedimentary rocks are weathered rock debris, leaves dust and debris, layers upon layers buried until pressure turns them into rock. They often look like they have layers, bands. Stratification are bundled together in conglomerates, and then it has some examples of that. Metamorphic rocks, same thing. It goes into a description of those and some examples, and then the igneous rock as well. So then each each student will get this rock structure identification sheet. So here you will have these, they can write the specimen name. So just do it together as a class. I think take one rock out, talk about what its name is, examine it, talk about what type of rock it is, then observe, let them feel it, look at it, and they can write their observations in this column. Now I know Jamie, you're going to do the littles, and I had thought if you want to, instead of doing this, I'll have colored pencils there, and you can talk about it and observe the same way, but just, you don't have to write all this out. Maybe they can, on a blank sheet of paper, maybe they can color color what they see, and draw an example of some of the different rocks if you want to do that. I'll have the colored pencils out there for you, and paper if you want to do that. And let me know if the older classes, I don't know, I think there's plenty of rocks, especially if you swap stations. I think there's enough, I think it'll take up the whole 30 minutes. But if you guys want to, I can have colored pencils and paper out there for you guys too, if you think your kids would enjoy and have time to do this, along with maybe coloring and sketching some examples of the rocks. So I think that's it, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.